Welcome back to another episode of the Block Runner Podcast. I'm your host, William, always here with your co-host, Iman.
What's going on, dude?
On the 6th, we got TJ.
Hello.
All right, we are 1 week removed, or a couple of days removed from our NAT video where we had the 4th of 5 biggest miners move NAT.
Correct. Big breakthrough milestone, right?
Yeah. So we had to record on Monday. I think this occurred on Thursday or Friday.
I think it was the day before Thanksgiving.
No.
Like the actual transfer?
I think it was after. Oh, the actual transfer,
Or maybe it was the day of Thanksgiving. It was the 28th. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
And
I think that is Thanksgiving.
And then people started talking about it. But it was already like Friday. And,
we recorded on Tuesday.
Yeah. What? The next week's Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we typically don't record on Friday. So we couldn't give our, in the moment reaction response, even though that'd be ideal.
Yeah.
But we're not live streamers,
No. Apparently that's the future of content creation, is doing it live.
I think so. Because that's the hardest thing to either fake or AI produce.
It is, yeah.
Right? So that's the last human anchor to authenticity left, or will be. I mean, at some point we'll be able to just simulate ourselves into live streaming environments, I guess.
I thought you were going to say simulate ourselves in the metaverse.
It's kind of what I'm implying.
Yeah.
It's just our likeness is AI generated, and I don't know, we're just out and about in the metaverse space, but maybe not. There's indicators that will never happen.
Yeah, Meta says no thank you.
And the market.
Yeah.
It's pretty widespread consensus around this metaverse hatred, or I don't know what you call it, dude, but there's definitely all-time low belief that the metaverse is a real thing that needs to happen.
Yeah, and I think what catalyzed the metaverse to begin with at all was COVID.
Yeah.
And then the next COVID situation is probably AI taking everybody's jobs.
Yeah, but the purposeless dilemma, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Where it's COVID kind of forced us into that position where we literally couldn't go to work, or we couldn't see other people.
But we still had purpose because there were jobs, right?
Yeah, I guess we were all still working. I mean, some people literally could not. If you worked in the service industry, you can't go. So what do you do? That's when internet usage went up 60%. Just
the
go
metaverse
online.
made sense.
Yeah. So yeah, what you're saying is, once robots take our livelihoods from us, we'll be left in the same conundrum of what do we do with our mental and physical capacities?
And now the whole world turns into Ready Player One.
I guess. Yeah, and we'll all be living in boxcars. Which, by the way, is another trend that's kind of happening. My actual dad is getting into that business.
Is he really?
Building tiny homes.
Yeah.
Out of boxcars.
I think that's a great.
Especially now because of, real estate markets have been co-opted by banks, and it makes everything unacquirable for the common man.
Yeah.
Fuck it, dude. Tiny living it is. I guess.
And people want tiny homes.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they want that.
They may not. Yeah,
there's no other choice.
I think there are some people who do want it. I think partly because it's 100, 150 grand max.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a baller tiny home, these are 60 to 90,000 somewhere like that.
Yeah,
that's
there are whole shows out there that focus on tiny homes.
Yeah, I mean, the demand's increasing because the economic situation is only getting worse. You don't want to rent forever, do you?
Yeah, I don't know if that's such a bad thing, renting, especially these days.
I mean, I'd much rather have, privacy and all these nice things, right? When it comes to property.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could rent a house too, right?
Good. Yeah, I don't know. But the point is, another emerging trend that might, intersect with AI, metaverse, and Ready Player One is 20 years from now, we look back on it holy shit, that was the Matrix.
Yeah, but is that outcome really kind of the best outcome? Meaning you're kind of forced to be in the metaverse in that point because there's nothing else to do?
What do you mean by best?
Yeah, I guess that's debatable. But I'd feel like people would want to spend time in the metaverse versus like, well, there's nothing else to do. There are no jobs.
Yeah, it's like my labor is no longer required. My mental contribution is no longer like fruitful in comparison to super intelligence.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's just by default you're just
even Jensen Huang. He was interviewed by Joe Rogan. He said that 90% of all intelligence and all content is going to become from AI.
Yeah, like all knowledge, right?
All knowledge, yeah.
All future knowledge.
Yeah.
Like whatever knowledge we got now, we did that. We figured that out.
Yeah, and he pretty much said a good analogy. It's like if you read a book, you know it came from a human, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not about that it came from a human. It's you're gathering the information from the book.
Yeah.
And so what difference does it make if that information comes from AI? It's like the point of the value of the book is the information.
Yeah, it just means like whatever layers of economic activity that were in place to generate the knowledge that was put into the book for us to consume. It's like no longer do those layers exist, right? So it's like we could produce new knowledge without, again, like human involvement. So that's like economic erosion in a sense. So that's kind of
that's part of it.
Consequence.
That's the jobs eroding away, right?
Yeah. So you're asking like, is that ideal? I mean, I don't know. That's going to be a varied, I guess, experience for us all. For me, 16-year-old me would be like, so in.
Yeah.
Because I back in those days, I preferred digital reality over physical reality, right?
Yeah.
Physical reality sucked in comparison.
Yeah.
I was not mighty or super in any way in the physical world, but in the digital world, I could be mighty
a leader of a pack, right?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah. A leader of some kind in the sense like, my efforts. But I could have also, I guess it's just harder. I don't know. Because I put in a lot of work and effort to be good at like a digital thing.
Yeah.
So like, if you apply that in the physical world for some goal, you should achieve some sort of, positive results.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. There should be plenty of things still to do, like to pursue new goals to form.
Because of video games, I've always saw life as like an RPG where if you spend a lot more time at the gym, you gain like experience points and like, getting bigger and stronger.
Right.
And so you see the bar sort of like increase.
Right.
And like if you spend time, in school, knowledge would increase and things like that. So I always saw like elements of gaming in life. Just like right off the bat, just because of, our experience with gaming starting off when we were kids.
Yeah, I guess gaming makes it more like obvious than like life does.
Yeah, so then I took that like understanding and I was like, well, if I want to be big and strong, well, I should spend more time at the gym rather than like Counter-Strike.
Right.
Right. So then I weighed, it's like I like Counter-Strike, but what does that experience gain me? It's like not much. It's like, well, I could just go to the gym and then that has like tangible benefits.
Your physical strength meter goes up, but your, headshot ratio goes down.
Right. Yeah.
You're no longer getting headshots when you step into the lobby.
That came from Unreal Tournament.
But it was using Counter-Strike too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. So you lose out on that, right? Every time you step into the digital space.
Yeah.
You suck.
Right. But
now you're a noob. You're a pleb.
Yeah, I guess now, like with all the jobs being taken, then I think people will want to be in the metaverse because that is like the new like experience bars to fill.
Yeah, but still, it's like, so you can get personal. I was going to say, like, the real life RPG, I guess you can equate like the overall umbrella objective is to progress in some shape or form, right? So it could be financial, it could be spiritual, relationship, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But in the digital sense, you could replicate all these like loops of progression. But the thing that's missing is like an actual financial like consequence to it all. Like that in the physical sense, if you get bigger, stronger, you get smarter.
Yeah.
You get like more socially ingrained, meaning like your networking bar goes up.
Yeah, you got star power. Yeah.
star power, your fame score increases
That's
over
right.
time. Good things start to happen financially, typically.
Yeah.
Like, people start to respect you more.
That's right.
More opportunities tend to just kind of like manifest for you.
Yeah.
Things like that, right? But in the virtual space, not
really.
so. I mean, like I experienced all those benefits in World of Warcraft, meaning like, the top
you got
top
the opportunities.
guilds, when they saw my credentials,
Sure.
they were like, we want this guy on our team.
Right.
Right. But after like many years of doing that, I walked away negative net worth, dude. And that's the real big problem, I think. And that's why, Meta as a company, they may have false started here a bit because that whole economic situation hasn't really been, figured out.
Yeah, so let me read this. It says Mark Zuckerberg and Meta Platforms are reportedly expected to meaningfully cut resources for building the metaverse. Executives have reportedly discussed potential budget cuts as high as 30% for the Metaverse Group next year from Bloomberg, and their stock is up 5%.
Massive green candle. So that's like the most bullish thing they could have announced.
Yeah.
Which 4 years ago, totally different reality, right?
Well, I remember their stock going down when they transitioned to the Metaverse platform as well.
Yeah, even back then, like during the remnant period of COVID, the market still didn't really understand, and a lot of it had to do with their presentation.
Yes.
The stupid low poly Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
With no legs. It's just like super cringy and weird. It's like, how's a company this valuable? This is your flagship.
Yeah,
pitch
agreed.
To the world.
Not a good look.
It wasn't, so it didn't work.
But the pitch on the Metaverse, where they changed the name from Facebook to Meta, I mean, that was pretty reasonable.
Why?
It was like a 30-minute explanation on the Metaverse, and plus the whole name transition too. Yeah. And so like it was pretty good. I thought it did a pretty well job on like why the Metaverse.
Yeah. I still think it holds up in a sense. Again, it's just the conditions are not fully aligned, I guess. And there's multifacets to this problem. Like the hardware itself is just not in like a consumer friendly state.
Yeah.
Right.
You need a super rig.
Or just the headsets themselves too.
That too,
They're just people just do not want them on their face like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Apple Vision Pros are too heavy.
Way too heavy.
And I mean the quality is pretty good, but and plus, do you require a virtual headset to be in the metaverse? Like, not really, right?
No, I mean kids are playing on their tablets.
That's right, yeah.
Roblox and such. No, but that's like that was the vision he was pitching, right?
He was pitching
a fully immersive internet experience.
Yep.
Like we're in there, guys. Actually.
Yeah.
So join me, and then he like jumps into some portal.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like,
I don't remember.
When is it going to be comfortable? Like, just light glasses like the ones we're wearing?
I don't. Yeah,
I don't. Man, I can't see that like technically happening.
Oh,
like,
absolutely can, dude. What do you mean?
I don't know. The Meta Ray-Ban ones are getting pretty close, dude.
Yeah,
they have the ones with the little display in them now.
Oh, right. Yeah, but
so they're getting there.
Yeah, you're still a long ways away, but
give it.
But you're getting close.
10 to 20 years, maybe. You saw what Jensen did on the interview. He's like, Elon was the first guy who bought my, I don't know, AI supercomputer, I guess.
Yeah.
Like 15 years ago, and it was like this big box.
Yeah.
Right. And he spent like 400 grand on it, and then like 15 years later, the same computational horsepower of a device, he hand delivered it to Elon, and it fits in his hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So it's like same can happen, right? For the headset devices, I guess.
I mean, theoretically, yes, it can. It's just
Is there incentive for like industry to kind of like put in enough effort to make
exactly?
Yeah.
But then again, I think about the whole space race that Elon is undertaking, and Jeff Bezos, and even NASA. I mean, there's very little reason to go into space like early on.
Yeah.
But now it's pretty obvious
because they've architected this new narrative, right?
Is it a narrative? I mean,
it's a narrative for now, right? Because I don't think it's like it's not proven.
I think it's it's a narrative, but it's extremely viable.
Yeah.
And so it's not.
And it's operating off of the tailwinds of this AI race.
Yeah.
And like everybody's bottleneck is like these constraints, I guess.
Well, I guess you can only have this narrative because we've been to space, because we know how to get there already, and it's becoming more economical. If we hadn't spent the time and energy to go into space in the first place, you couldn't even have this narrative.
Yeah.
And so, in other words, until we develop these glasses that are very light, now we can really meaningfully spend some time building out the metaverse, because now it's like very comfortable. People don't have problems with the hardware. Now it's like they need motivation to be in the metaverse to put those things on.
Yeah, meaning like, I guess the scope of the reality of the ambition is like,
yeah,
or it's the ambitions is within the scope of reality.
Exactly.
So therefore, it's like, you know, you could race towards that vision.
Yeah. So even though it may not be obvious as to why to like always make things smaller and get to the point where you're just wearing glasses, right? It's not obvious until it's done, and then it's like, oh, it's because of the metaverse, and you know now all the developers spend time building it.
Yeah, but we need to find an equal like economic and like or capitalistic goal in the sense. It's like, okay, because we have space technology where we can actually get there, and like, you know, send technology into deep space, but it's to this end, right? Like the result of that is like I guess AI accelerated, right?
Yeah.
In the metaverse context, it's like, what is that?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So you're saying if we could put satellites into space that give us high performance computing or mining Bitcoin, you know, there's some sort of end goal there, versus like
where you can equate that to economic
some progress,
productivity. Yeah.
So what is the productivity of the metaverse is your question?
Yeah, because like right now we're operating under like exploration / like, I don't know, just human nature desire. Similar to like early space tech, right? It's like we just wanted to
curiosity.
Yeah, just because we didn't really need a financial motive. It's just, you know, I don't know. Initially, it's just the United States and Russia got into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're gonna outcompete ourselves in all frontiers. So
that's right.
To the moon we go.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. Beyond that, it's just let's just keep doing that. Satellites, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We depend on that.
Yeah, we do.
So I don't know. Extrapolate from there. There should be more reasons in the future to like keep improving on this.
Yeah, and I guess the whole point is you can't really know these answers until we've come up with viable means to even have valid questions.
Right.
Like a valid thesis for going to space versus a valid thesis to spending time in the metaverse.
Yeah. I don't know. So then what would you say in the context of the metaverse? We're still in that just curiosity stage?
Probably.
Yeah, it's not obvious, right? I mean, we got Roblox and like other iterations of some metaverse-esque economic, you know, activity happening.
Yeah.
That can indicate like there's true value, you know, circulating through that.
Yeah.
So we should probably keep building in that direction to, you know, expand on that, I guess.
Yeah, and I think it's ripe for disruption too, because I think Roblox, they take 70% of the pie from developers, and so you would think that there is some other developer out there that can compete with Roblox that only takes 30% of the pie.
It's hard, man.
But it's very expensive to do that.
Yeah, expensive and just challenging to disrupt like a network effect like Roblox. It's like, I mean, I don't know. It's like these blockchains, right? We've seen probably 100 new chains launch this year.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
And they're all trying to outcompete, you know, Ethereum or Solana, things that have already established prior network effects, right?
Yeah.
Somehow it manages to continue to like get the funding needed to even make the attempt, right?
Yeah, because I would expect that they have some sort of innovation with like, you know, some sort of speed or some sort of something.
Very minor.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's very minor from like a differentiator standpoint, right?
Yeah. But even Jensen, he talks about how they were developing technology that was completely faded called CUDA.
Yeah. So, by the way, we're talking about Jensen's Joe Rogan podcast interview.
Yeah, which is 2.5 hours long. Recommend it.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were developing a technology called CUDA, I believe, like Barracuda. And it was completely faded, and it was the foundation to AI LLMs.
Yeah.
And so I would expect that in the next blockchain, the reason why they exist is because they found some sort of step change in technology. And so therefore, there is an opportunity to beat Ethereum and Solana if you come up with some sort of tech that does that. If not, then you're just grifting.
Yeah, but another takeaway from that, from NVIDIA's origin lore, is like their, I guess, ethos or their culture of like innovating on these technical fronts, but in a lot of cases, like a market demand not essentially being there.
Yeah, exactly.
So like they have to, in the earliest of stages of their company, it was like they wanted to build like this new video graphic processing technology, I guess, but in the PC space, it just was no need for that.
Yeah,
there were no apps that needed this tech, so they had to go out and kind of like hand build that new vertical of a market in order for their technology to actually have application. Right.
That's right. Yeah.
So similar sense, yeah. You're saying there could be some blockchain out there that's doing something novel, something very important.
Yeah.
That all these network affected, or that these chains that have a network effect that they don't do, right?
Yeah, yeah. People are using these chains, from using yesterday's technology, from the perspective of the new blockchain that has that step change in technology.
Right.
And so, yeah, man, I think that is kind of what you want to do. If you are like an entrepreneur like Jensen, you have to like be building these things. They're not obvious today and not useful today, but you can see some sort of value in the future. Yeah.
I guess the value, he mentioned first principles a lot.
Love it.
I don't know.
That's a big deal.
Somebody like him is allowed to say that as much as he wants, right? Because he's proven to be like an actual utilizer and applier of these principles and a producer of positive results. And such.
Yeah.
But it's become such like a buzzy word for like now everybody's gonna just like. I saw a couple of like Monad tweets. It's like, everything here was built off first principles. It's like,
yeah, that's kind of a turnoff. Yeah,
to me, it's becoming like, I don't know,
but
self-congratulatory, a little like grand,
Yeah, grandstanding.
Yeah,
I would if I were to see that. I didn't see those tweets. I'd like to see them, but if I were to see that, I would be skeptical like you.
Yeah,
but I would look into it because maybe they're right.
Maybe they're telling the truth.
Yeah, maybe they're right.
I had the same thought too. It's like, and instinctually, I like scoff at it. It's like, oh, here we go.
If you invoke first principles, I'm going to verify you.
Yeah. Immediately I was like, oh, maybe they're right though. Maybe, maybe they're not just using the word to like, come across as the next Jensen Huangs.
I mean, we use first principles all the time.
Oh man,
we do. We not only do we say first principles to explain stuff, but we actually use it in building stuff too.
Right. So it's actually something.
I
should be.
As a matter of fact, first principle is a very buzzy word, but that's how everyone should be building. Like if you think about it.
Yeah. Well, if you're trying to again build something, I guess that's not readily obvious as far as it's like useful application, but objectively, it's some sort of like net gain to the progression of something, some current day version of a technology or of a product or whatever, right? So it's like, he wanted to build chips that were just more computationally performant than what existed out there. But it was like, the apps of the time didn't need that. Yeah. Right. But still, you could imagine it's like, if this technology existed, these are all the new things that could be built as a result.
Yeah.
So it's like a similar, I think, ethos behind things that we're working on, like DMT.
I would think so.
Non-arbitrary tokens. It's like
it's not obvious like the value of DMT.
No, I don't think the market is like demanding this right now.
Just like the market wasn't demanding cars when we had horse and buggies.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, clearly that's a net gain for humanity, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and so we've seen examples of this too. Elon, when he broke into the space industry, it was in the industry where people built rockets and they discarded rockets after using them. Like that wasn't really effective and sustainable.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, first principles thinking is, I think we could build reusable rockets. I mean, we see it all the time in sci-fi. Why can't we just do that here? Why not?
Yeah, because again, it's like if we have that capability as like, civilization, it's like you can extrapolate from there. Like now we have all new opportunities, such as we could deploy these new miners into space.
Yeah.
Because it's now like economically viable to do so, right?
Yeah.
Or these like AI GPU clusters, whatever it is they end up like throwing out there, right? Freaking Dyson sphere.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to construct a Dyson sphere without like
if you're just like throwing away everything.
Rockets, one trip.
Yeah.
It's just one little node in on the Dyson cluster.
Yeah, it's like
explosion.
Yep.
By the time it's just not feasible, right?
Yeah. So, Jensen has gone through this. Clearly, Elon has gone through this. NAT says they're going through this where they're like leveraging first principles thinking.
Yeah, I guess. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what's the qualifier here?
You better bring something to the table.
Meaning,
like some sort of step change, some sort of new tech.
Right.
I mean, if you're building like the next meme coin platform and you're invoking first principles,
yeah,
you better bring something new here.
Okay, so that's the qualifier, something like new.
Not necessarily new, but something that is obviously better.
Okay. God, these are things that you can't like objectively.
Yeah, you can't
like measure.
Yeah, you really can't.
It's hard.
Like, how valuable is it to have reusable rockets as a concept? How valuable is this? It's hard to know. It's like, well, you can use the same rocket to go into space twice. Like, how valuable is that?
Yeah, what about 30 times?
Yeah, what about 30 times? Yeah.
I think one of his rockets have done that, right?
Yeah, that's right.
30 trips to and from.
Yeah.
Or from and to and back again. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's a pretty useful, like,
and
device.
It's funny because it's like, it's never been done before. Yeah. But when you really think about it, that's how it should have been done to begin with.
Yeah, but I mean, we were in a rush,
We were, absolutely.
We can't.
And I think that was part of like the reason why we didn't do it is because we had to get there first, and it didn't matter how or
had more money than time.
Yeah, that's right.
Just blow it up.
Fuck it, dude. It was all about just getting there and planting that flag, right? That was the objective. I don't think there was any considerations for like how this is going to improve our economy.
You know what's interesting? We had to land, on the moon. We had to land there. It's like, okay, if we can land there at 30% the gravity.
They sent people up there.
Yeah, and they sent people.
That's insanity.
So why? I mean, technically we land here too with like the our rockets here too, but they land differently than what Elon is doing.
Back then,
yeah.
Isn't it?
It was like a plane,
parachute, right? No, or it actually like lands.
It landed, yeah. It's like a plane,
but it has to like just come back through the atmosphere.
Yeah,
as like a freaking meteor.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. Still, like
it is.
They were able to achieve that in the 1960s. It's fucking insanity, dude. We didn't even have PlayStation yet.
That's right.
We were able to do that.
Yeah,
that's what's crazy.
Yeah, and Jensen, he was talking about how they were leveraging NASA's 3D capability.
Yeah, their flight simulator.
Yeah, for Sega Genesis.
for their arcade boxes.
Right, arcade boxes, that's right.
Yeah, because the company of Sega started off as like
yeah,
building arcade machines in Japan. But yeah, they needed some 3D technology, right? So you could do like Street Fighter, like the earliest versions of Street Fighter.
Sure.
But didn't exist. So I was like, well, okay, the only thing that can render, I guess, 3D imagery, it was built by NASA so that they could simulate their space shuttle programs.
Yeah.
Let's just throw that in a gaming cube. And we got Pac-Man.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. It's pretty cool. And then Jensen's like, how about we do that with the PC too?
Yeah.
Introduce a whole new like lane of technology, which is...
It's interesting that the lore of computing it seldom includes NVIDIA. Like we hear about Dell and Apple and HP.
That's true. Yeah, NVIDIA. I mean, we knew about it, right? Because we grew up trying to build PCs and stuff.
Yeah, GeForce graphics cards.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to install the drivers.
Yeah.
That's all I could. We tried to run Crysis. I remember.
And failed.
Yeah. Explosion.
Yeah.
Nothing could run Crysis. That was our context of NVIDIA because that is what they were.
Yeah.
And then I guess something completely changed along the course of history, where it's like video gaming is, backseat to AI, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, video games force computers to work at its maximum.
Yeah.
Unlike any other application.
Mm-hmm.
And so you always needed a faster computer if you wanted to play the latest games.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that gaming is the reason why we've made a ton of progress in computing.
I agree. See, now I feel a little bit better.
Yeah, you've contributed. Yeah.
my demand for this virtual progression, it got NVIDIA in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's
too bad we didn't buy any NVIDIA stock when we were 10 years old.
Imagine. That would be cool. It's like you're running the GPU in your machine. It's like you're earning like a small drip of tokens.
That'd be sweet.
It's kind of like you're mining the more you play.
Yeah.
See? Why can't we do stuff like that?
Well, now we can.
Yeah, that's the new paradigm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that interview was very, insightful for different reasons. I like hearing personal stories of struggle.
Yeah, he almost went bankrupt.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve Jobs, Elon, same thing.
Yeah, it's a reoccurring theme, isn't it? What is this?
Yeah, I don't know. What did I click on? I clicked on a random thing on live.
Building a Solana prediction market. Jeez. Here we go, dude. Prediction market.
Prediction market meta. Yeah.
It's a mania at this point, right? Because they brought Polymarket on 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, I guess we're just running prediction markets from now on. Like that's what we do.
Yeah.
As an industry.
Yeah, we were looking into that platform, Kalshi and
Polymarket.
Yeah.
And it looks like Pump.
It does. It's weirdly similar.
It is. It's just a different product version of essentially this, the same experience.
It's interesting because once you land there, it's like you're there. It's like
there's no bells and whistles.
There's nothing. Yeah.
It's just here they are. Here's all the predictions.
Here's all the meme coins.
Yeah, to minimize the friction, I guess, from money in one wallet to the next.
Yeah, I saw a use case for prediction markets that I thought was interesting. It was in the context of winning a political race, which was so. Hear me out. So now you're up for a race, right? You're trying to be, senator, and there's a prediction market. Are you going to win? Yes or no?
Yeah.
And so I, as the future senator, I want to win. So I'm going to buy the yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to buy $5,000 worth of yes for all the people who are going to help me, right, on my team. So then I distribute these shares to my team, and if we win, the shares, let's say 20,000 shares, turns into $1 million. So now my team, if we win, everyone gets $1 million.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, right?
Incentivize you to win.
Yes. So now, like, your campaign funds go to buy some of those shares, and then you distribute those shares to the people that help you win, and then everybody makes money. I thought that was like a fantastic use case.
Right. So raise money for a campaign, not for like marketing and advertising, but instead,
if a campaign is dependent on contributors, meaning your team doing its job, they will do their best job if it means when you win, they get $1 million.
But how do they get $1 million again? Because the returns aren't like that much, unless you're like a massive underdog and then you end up winning, right?
Well, it depends on how many shares you have, but it can generate you $1 million.
So you would have to buy like, I don't know, like it's not like a pure bonding curve type situation, right? Where like his prediction market goes live, it's like now I just pre-bundle.
Well, yeah, if
Scoop it up.
if your campaign is doing so well, then yeah, the cost you're more likely to win if you're doing well, right? But that's not when you want to buy. You want to buy as soon as you enter the campaign. You start this prediction. You buy your yes at cheap prices, and then you buy enough to distribute shares to your team.
Yeah, so I mean, you're thinking more along like when they get into two candidates and it's like 50-50 race, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Will's talking about more like when they first enter and they're like a 4%.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
And there's like 12 candidates.
Yeah. In that situation, that's true. But then you got like the other 12 candidates doing the same thing. And then it's
then it's like a real race. Everyone's incentivized because they make millions of dollars.
I see. Yeah. So it's like a portion of your campaign earnings goes to that. It's like some side pool.
Yeah.
Of your own potential. It's like an added incentive boost for the team. It's like, if we can win, we'll get some little bonus payday at the end of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Why not?
Yeah, I feel like everything's a matter of incentivization. So if you can incentivize your team to achieve some sort of goal, like collective goal, and they're properly incentivized, I feel like the team will work hard to do that. Now, will they win? That's a different question.
Of course, yeah.
But if there's a chance you could win $1 million, you're going to be extremely creative with your campaign approach.
Yeah. But isn't it also like it could just be like a whale scenario? It's like whoever has the most money skews the public perception into that direction. It's like, I just have the most money or I have the most connections to funders.
Well, that's not how it works.
Then I get 40%.
No. That's
I
not
could buy 40%.
That's not how it works. The reason why it doesn't work that way is because in order to make money, you need to be right. So you're not going to.
Yeah, but doesn't that typically sway like the results though? Isn't that kind of like the big eureka breakthrough of these prediction markets? It's like because the prediction says it's like 70% likely to happen, it typically the actual end result follows the prediction in most cases.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want, because someone is at 70%, you wouldn't want to buy the under.
No.
Right? Because you're going to lose the money on average.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So it's like if there's a pool of candidates, it's like whoever has the most money has the highest like perceived chance of winning. Therefore, they actually win every time.
For sure, yeah.
So it's like pure manipulation.
Yeah.
Political. I mean, it's already kind of like that, where it's like you get these campaign donors. Yeah. Therefore, you're able to like propagate your.
Yeah, but if you're pumping your yes because you have the connections in the network and the cash,
the money,
that doesn't mean you're going to win if you're pumping it.
Why not?
Because that's not how it works. Just because you manipulate Polymarket to say something that's not truthful, you're going to lose your money. Right? It has to be an actual representation of like, the actual zeitgeist.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess it's like a manifestation thing where I don't know. It's almost like, like NFTs. A large portion of NFT trading was like teams basically wash trading to give the public a perception of like there's some value here, and then they ape in. Yeah, kind of situation. It'll be kind of similar. It's like you're kind of wash trading the prediction pool in a sense.
But reality
it distorts reality.
But reality will pay out the winner, right?
Yeah.
So if you're distorting, if someone who you're distorting to be a yes, meaning who's going to win, if you're distorting that and the reality gives you some other difference, the people who are pumping the yes are going to lose the money.
Yeah, you're going to get wrecked for sure. I mean, this is...
And so you're less likely to do that because you don't want to lose any money.
Right.
And so that's why, these prediction markets have turned out to be, on average, more accurate than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's definitely new stuff, and the fact that you could think of different manipulation tactics.
Yeah, 100%.
It's already being heavily scrutinized.
If you're using Polymarket or any market to try to bet who's going to win on a boxing match, you're going to probably lose because it's completely manipulated.
Like the Andrew Tate fight that's about to happen?
Well, that one, the one I remember the most is Paul and
Paul?
Tyson.
Yeah, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul.
I mean, that was just such a setup.
Yeah, 100%. I think most of his fights probably are. At this
Oh yeah,
point.
yeah, they're definitely set up. Yeah, I just saw him like trying to fight some 6'8" guy or some guy.
He's gonna fight in a couple weeks. Yeah,
Yeah,
Anthony Joshua. He's the former heavyweight champion. He like knocked out Francis Ngannou, like some of the biggest.
well, he's a giant.
baddest- Yeah, he's a legitimate monster. There's no way this is a legitimate fight. In other
No
words.
way, no
There's
way.
Jake
No.
Paul by $1 million, dude.
Yeah, so if
Wait,
you
what?
Jake Paul by $1 million, dude.
Like buy? You think he's gonna win?
He's got to, dude.
No way, dude. No way.
no, that means Jake Paul's gonna lose, right? If this is a setup,
Yeah, I think.
No, if it's a setup, he's got to win.
there's
But-
no
but-
way,
but this is a
no
real
way
boxer.
Anthony Joshua's gonna lose.
That's why it's the setup.
But he has like a real boxing reputation to uphold, right? Like he can't lose to Jake Paul. Like you know,
Yeah, Anthony Joshua's doing this for the paycheck.
yeah, he's gonna get $100 million for sure, maybe more.
It-
And then like he just gets to move on and like he continue boxing.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if he loses to Jake Paul, it's like his fights moving forward no longer hold like any credibility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Jake Paul's gonna make $80 million, and
You're buying
he'd be like,
into the
fine.
scheme. You've fallen already, dude.
How does this keep happening? How does he do this to us, dude? I don't understand. Yeah, it's like you gotta watch, right, to see
Yeah.
like what's actually gonna happen. I think it's just gonna be like a tiptoe dance-a-thon
Yeah,
for 8 or 9 rounds or however long it's gonna be.
yeah, 10-9.
Yeah, just let him get a few licks on you. You get a few licks on him. Hopefully, you didn't like completely destroy him and then like he gets knocked out cold. But even if that does happen, so what? It's kind of like what everyone's expecting, anyways. So he
Yeah.
he put on the good show. We all kind of want to see him get knocked out cold, right?
Yeah,
That's good.
he won't.
He might.
If there was ever a time, now's the time.
Yeah, now is the time where like you can get knocked out cold and people will like kind of like not give you shit for that. They'll
No,
actually
they
give you, like,
won't.
some
Of
brownie
course they
points.
won't. I mean, getting knocked out by that guy, you can't, be sad about it.
He's actually gonna get people are gonna be like, you know what? He's actually got balls because he was willing to get.
Yeah,
knocked
but he's
out.
not. That's the deal.
Yeah.
It's in the contract.
I agree. Yeah, it's a no knockout clause.
Yeah.
you know, if you knock me out, purse is gone.
Yeah, you can't do it.
So we're just gonna tiptoe.
Yeah, but you
and
want
dance
to
with
know
it.
why? Is because the game has to continue on.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's true. If he gets knocked out, it's like it's over.
If he doesn't get knocked out, he just loses. Then it's like, okay, we'll see. The next match.
Yeah.
Let's see if he actually loses.
Yeah, then he could fight Tyson Fury, or
Yeah.
he could fight Canelo Alvarez.
These are the conversations that are being had, at the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua has to knock him out, though.
What the hell happened to boxing, dude? It's like this is what boxing has come
It's
to.
rigged.
It's just a phony show, dude. What happened? I don't know. Whatever.
It's just a manipulation for people.
Yeah.
It's a manipulation of people.
It's like some sort of weird like transition, like boxing WWE crossover, where
Yeah.
wrestling is all faked and scripted.
Yeah.
It's like now boxing kind of has like its own little scripted side of things.
Yeah.
It's just not like fully crossed over into that realm.
You know what other realm has been crossed? The NBA. There's like people throwing games, right? NBA players throwing games. There's this guy who had a wide open dunk. Wide open. There's nobody around him.
Yeah.
And he threw it out to someone in the 3-pointer, a contested 3-pointer.
Yeah.
And, he was clearly, throwing the game for some sort of price manipulation or point manipulation. Another one I saw, this guy had an open touchdown. I don't know if you saw this. He was open touchdown, no one in front of him, and then he decided to step out of bounds.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I did see that. Was at a college game, right?
Oh, I think maybe it was.
So what happened? Basically, he didn't score the points, so therefore,
Yeah, maybe he couldn't score any points or whatever.
Yeah,
to-
he knew the spread. Whatever.
the spread,
So he's
yeah.
like he knew if he scored here, like the
He would-
mafia would be pissed,
Well, his family would lose money.
and then they would also be whacked.
Yeah.
If the
So
mafia's
everything is being manipulated.
Yeah, dude, what's real anymore, man? What are we doing here? It's not just crypto.
Yeah, it's not.
It's everything's finagled. Everything's
I guess that's the
Man.
biggest takeaway is that it's not just crypto.
Yeah, but I think it's always been like this. It's just because of, I don't know, social media and like different forms of technology. I think it's just becoming more obvious that everything is just a grift
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like sports.
Yeah, it's all about money. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, you got to put on a show, or, certain people need to make their gets, right? Because they have the money. So they
Yeah.
get to kind of sway reality
yeah.
in whatever direction they see fit. And that's what I mean with the prediction market stuff. It's like another reality swayer.
Yeah,
that people
that's-
with money kind of have at their disposal, right? So
Yeah,
be given the rich and powerful another tool to kind of control the world,
right.
in a sense.
Yeah, that's we're missing, the next Kobe, right? We're missing the next Michael Jordan. The guys who don't care, they just want to win.
I'm sure they're out there.
I mean, the closest one was LeBron James, but I mean, I don't think he's like throwing games or anything, but
No way, dude. Why would you do that if you're like somebody like that?
yeah, I know. Yeah, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, if you're like fucking Chauncey Billups or something, or you're just some guy out in the court that like people might remember your name.
Yeah.
Why not? Take a few flops here and there.
Yeah.
You get $100 grand, $200 a night, from the mafia. Nice little check.
Yeah.
How you doing? One of those.
Keep it moving.
A little sandwich to go with your flop, dude.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, we need those killers like Kobe.
Yeah.
Jensen and Elon.
Jensen's definitely a killer, dude.
He's like a likable killer though.
Yeah. I mean, he's done everything right, it seems like. He embraced the idea of I don't know. I mean, he's been in the Silicon Valley nexus for more than 30 years. That's pretty damn impressive. And managed to continue to grow pretty much the entire time.
You know who you're also describing?
Ah, damn it.
This a well-known guy,
There's a lot of well-known guys, Will.
Michael Saylor.
What do you mean?
He's been in the tech industry for 30 years as well.
Yeah, but he's kind of like in a whole new industry now,
True.
He's definitely not like Silicon Valley anymore. He's
No, absolutely
Crypto
not.
Valley.
Yeah.
Full Crypto Valley
It's like
now.
a downgrade.
Depends. Yeah, I mean, probably. Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he's remained relevant and he's continued to innovate, and I don't know, he just has a lot of good vibes to his story, right? Like he truly cared about his company and like what it represented, and he pursued his visions fully, even to the point of like,
That was his first interview at Joe Rogan, right?
100%, yeah.
Man, it took a multi-trillion-dollar company, $4 trillion to get onto Joe Rogan.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so.
Damn.
He became a Silicon Valley titan, right? It's not really like an interesting company, right?
Yeah, I guess not.
Like,
It's just computer chips,
Yeah. You don't typically want to talk to the computer chip guy,
Yeah, I guess not.
But now in the context of AI and everything, he's very interesting, right? It's like, okay, you're like a main pillar
Yeah.
into like the future progress of humanity. Like, what's your take on
Where are we going? Where are we going with this?
Yeah, what's going to happen? And he's like, well, everything's going to be fine. Pretty much.
Yeah. Everyone's going to lose their jobs, but we'll be fine, though.
Yeah, so speaking of everything's fine, what's the news on NAT, dude?
Well, so we got 60% hash rate. And Shaco here, he comes up with this image that shows the hash rate for AMP pool, VIBTC, F2 pool, and Spider pool. And I think from the perspective of Bitcoin mining, technically, if we got another adopter of NAT, any of these guys or even Foundry, like it doesn't really change anything. We got over 51% hash power. So I feel like ultimately, at the end of the day, all these miners are going to adopt NAT.
Right.
Because their competitors are adopting NAT. So they can't not do it.
Right. You say not or NAT? They cannot do it?
They cannot do it.
They cannot NAT do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the right way to say it. Sorry, I've been running a lot of our stuff through like different AI tools, and the AI continually mistakenly refers to NAT as not.
Yes, yeah, they do.
It's annoying,
Yeah.
It's not. I don't know why. It's clearly NAT. Why are you pronouncing it like not?
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It says NAT and then it doesn't.
Sometimes, yeah. Maybe it does it in this video.
I think it does do it in this video.
Okay.
So this video, built by Hard Driver using NotebookLM. So what he did was he fed a bunch of information, bunch of docs into NotebookLM, and then its recent update allowed you to create a video. And we were all surprised at how well this video was done.
Yeah.
In terms of like the information coming from it. So let's kind of play it here, and let's listen to what it says.
Successful, its status as digital gold, is actually creating a huge long-term vulnerability. What if it's weakening the walls from the inside? Today, we're going to dig into this paradox and look at a pretty elegant solution that comes from Bitcoin's own data, a new asset called NAT. So let's just get right to it. The big question we're asking here is this. Is Bitcoin's wild success as a place to park your wealth accidentally chipping away at its own security? It's a really fascinating problem, and it gets right to the core of the network's health for the long haul. To really get our heads around this, we need to talk about something called the empty castle effect. This is where the problem starts to become crystal clear. Okay, so picture this. You've got this magnificent, unbelievably valuable castle. Everybody wants to own a piece of it, but almost nobody is actually living inside or using it. That's the empty castle effect. As more and more people and institutions treat Bitcoin like digital gold, they mostly just hodl it. They buy it, they stick it in a wallet, and that's it. So you end up with this multi-trillion-dollar fortress with almost no activity happening inside its walls. So why is this a big deal? Well, all that on-chain activity is what generates transaction fees, and those fees are what pay the miners, the security guards of our castle. Less activity means fewer fees. You combine that with the block reward getting cut in half every 4 years, the halving, and you get what's called a shrinking security budget. And a smaller budget, well, that means less incentive for miners to keep protecting the network. Let's put some hard numbers on this, because it's pretty stark.
So I thought this analogy of the empty castle problem was perfect, because in order to protect the castle, you need security. And if the budget for your security continues to be halved every 4 years, then it's going to be extremely difficult to protect that castle.
Yeah. See if you could find remember Michael Saylor put out like a recent graphic where there's like a space shuttle. Let's see.
I did not see this. Space shuttle?
You need to see it. Yeah, it's like a representation of Master.
Okay.
And all of his anchored financial products.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's like overall it's like a rocket ship, right?
Okay.
I need you to, because I figure maybe we could. Oh, here it is. Let me send you the link, because I need you to study and analyze this to your core, and give me your personal opinions here.
Oh, I did see this.
Yeah, so I was thinking similar concept here, where it's like for the castle, I think it would have been cool to see like an actual liquid moat around the castle.
Yeah.
And like the liquidity injection from like the actual subsidy, it's like that's going down over time, so therefore the moat is like kind of going down.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, of course, there's like a very hostile enemy force that could just literally cross over at any time.
I do think we need to develop these graphics to depict that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because AI is great, right? But it doesn't get things right like on first rip. I mean, or it could always be
improved.
Yeah. So what do you think's happening here, dude?
So we got the tip of the spear, the products.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, we got the dividend being part of it. We have a battery here, which is the $1.4 billion that they raised to pay for the dividends. Mm-hmm. Then we have the Bitcoin reactor, as he calls it, that continues to produce more value over time. And if it doesn't, let's assume the reactor just turns off, they have 74 years to figure out what they're going to do. Because they say, the way he explains it is that Bitcoin only needs to go up 1.4% per year in order to service the debt.
Really?
Just 1.4%.
Wow.
And so if it doesn't do that, then they have 74 years to figure it out.
Okay.
But in those 74 years, they're continuously selling Bitcoin, and everything's falling apart basically.
Okay.
So we got BTC derivatives, 100 billion per day. We have Bitcoin itself, 50 billion per day, and then Master, 3.6 billion. So I don't know what these refer to.
I mean, those are the boosters, dude.
If you take that rocket and you stand it upright, what shape is that?
Looks like a teepee.
A TV.
Which would
That's one direction. But what about the other direction?
An up arrow?
A TV.
yeah,
a down
an
arrow?
up arrow.
Yeah.
What about a pyramid?
Maybe.
Oh, okay,
It could be interpreted as such too.
gotcha.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but okay, so I hear that, and other people do say that. Other people do say
I think
that.
he actually put out like an image of a pyramid once. I gotta find that too.
But the
Sorry.
thing is that if Bitcoin is number go up technology, then
right.
there really isn't a pyramid here.
I mean,
That's the thing.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, because in other words, you're not dependent on people coming into your Ponzi scheme to pay off your people.
Right.
No,
Right.
I don't think it's actually a pyramid.
No,
I just
no,
think
it's not.
funny.
I know, but
Well, look at the one I just sent you.
so if the pyramid required other people to come in, and what we're saying is it doesn't, then what is required? Bitcoin to go up. That is what's required, and so therefore it's not a pyramid. All right,
Yeah,
so-
it's just he predicated a lot of his pitch around the maintenance, I guess,
no.
of like this 30% compounded annual growth rate. So it's like how much of his model is weakened by if that growth rate is not as strong as he originally assumed it to be, right? Things like
so
that.
Master, BTC, Stride, Strike.
Yeah, they
Strike.
probably saw the feedback. So this is like the original presentation of it all. I was like, all right, we need to turn this into something a little classier.
Yeah, I think you're gonna find more actual pyramids using rockets from now on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
holy, why would you do this, dude? Why?
Yeah, I
mean,
think
have they not seen The Office?
Yeah,
And like everything else, you don't present your strategies in these forms.
it's funny because a pyramid is the most stable structure. That's why we've had pyramids last for so long, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're going to build a stable structure like a company, you're going to build it in a pyramid style.
Yeah, they just get a bad rap.
It just
it's a soiled
yeah.
imagery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. You can represent other solid structures like a spatial, pretty solid, right? Has to enter and exit atmospheric pressures and such. It's pretty stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spaceships flying sideways was good.
It was good.
I mean, it's tough, dude. It's tough to sell your vision in any capacity, right?
Yeah. But I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like this does a way better job at representing whatever this was, right? This pyramid thing.
Yeah, I think
because
so.
Because this is fueled by the reactor, and if the reactor turns off, then you cannot do this.
Correct.
And so, yeah, this is a great analogy for Michael Saylor. So whatever AI helped him do that, it was a well done AI output.
But where's the rocket headed, though? That's what I want to know.
That's the question.
To the sun?
Yeah, to generate more power, right?
Okay. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Just interesting side note. No matter what, it's like it's easy to glorify this man and his efforts on the way up, and it's probably even easier to vilify him on the way down. And that's just that's the consequence of being the number one Bitcoin holder, right?
Yeah, and
And bag shiller.
on the way up, or even vilify them on the way up too, because if Bitcoin's theoretically is supposed to perform, meaning it has to go up theoretically.
Yeah, but it's like people who are like scoffing at him on the way up. You
ignore them because everything's fine.
He's like, can't you see this is working?
Yeah.
You know? It's like you're the wrong one.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting? We see people out there talk about the security budget in a way that doesn't make any sense. Like Peter Rochard, he says that Bitcoin doesn't have a security budget issue, and he has like this long explanation as to why not. And none of it makes sense, because if it doesn't, that means that we're just relying on Bitcoin doubling. And if Bitcoin doubles, that's not even good enough, because you're using the same security budget to secure an even bigger castle. So if your army stays the same size, and you build a bigger castle, how is that more security or good enough security? How is it? And I don't know why these Bitcoiners are not thinking about it like this. It doesn't make any sense to me. He's talking about how, the fees are going to go up if there's some sort of attack or something. Is like, makes no sense.
Yeah.
And so anyway, this video does a really good job of explaining that issue. Is like right now, or in 2014, the revenue to the size of Bitcoin was around 3.9%, meaning 3.9% of Bitcoin was being used to secure Bitcoin. Then, let's say 10 years later or 11 years later, it's less than 1%. And then it's going to continuously go down. And so I kind of feel like this is a good representation of the problem, because you could have a $400 trillion asset being secured by a few $1 billion. How does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, what does that do to the castle surrounded by a moat with the hostile army?
That means the water gets drained, the army goes into the moat and climbs up to the other side and attacks the castle.
But if the castle is just getting more valuable, but the moat stays the same, it's like, does the army still can't traverse the moat, right? Or
that's not exactly true either, because now the moat is that army that's on the other side of the moat trying to get to the castle. They're developing their technologies to get across.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They're not the only ones. They're not waiting around.
They're building catapults.
Yeah.
Trebuchets.
Yeah.
Instead of like bows and arrows, attacks. Right?
Absolutely.
They're advancing. Yeah.
And not only that, the stuff that they're building is getting easier and easier to build, right? Because technology continuously gets developed. All right. So then, so this is the attack opportunity index. And then we introduce digital matter theory, and then the solution of NAT, how it's not arbitrary.
So we're not going to watch it.
No, we only got a few minutes left. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's basically the NAT paper.
It is.
But like in a much more, I think,
the digestible 8-minute video.
Yeah, this is typically the kind of formatting I would appreciate, right? When I'm trying to understand something.
Yeah.
A new concept or new anything, really. Trying to learn. I prefer it this way.
I agree. I feel like we prefer it this way is because that's how we've been accustomed to. But this does such a good enough job to explain the whole issue in a way where it's kind of hard to argue against.
Yeah, so we're going to use AI to our fullest potential here, right? That's the big takeaway.
Yeah.
It's the fact that these tools exist and they help so much. And I guess engineering these different, methods of elucidation.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to fully optimize how we can go about that. So the community is already schooling us in that regard. Because if they didn't do this, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, I didn't know that
together.
NotebookLM made an update to where you could do this. But man, it did such an effective job. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but like you said, it's like now that we have majority hash power kind of aligned to NAT, even if subsequent miners kind of come on board at this point, it doesn't really change that dynamic. It's like already, it's just more majority, right?
Yeah.
So now it's like all right, we need some other dynamic to kind of come into play to affect the impact and the value of NAT itself. So
yeah, Bitcoin's sort of helping us in that regard because it's been going down.
Yeah, that's one of them for sure.
Yeah,
it's like if Bitcoin underperforms the cycle's expectations, then it kind of accelerates like the awareness of the problem, right?
Yeah, you know what's weird is all the predictions of Bitcoin, they have like this, we keep using the rainbow chart, but
This might be the last cycle that chart comes up. Though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know whether it's a 4-year cycle or not. I think you can still use the chart. But my point is that all the charts, they go up and to the right, and they do an asymptote. So, and you know what the difference between an asymptote versus exponential is? Like if you chart x squared, which is just x to the second power, meaning doubling,
right?
It goes up and to the right, but it just goes up forever. Right. So there is nothing in the universe that goes up forever like that. Nothing.
Yeah.
And this is what we're expecting the price to do in order to sustain the same security budget. Like, it's just weird to me that the same Bitcoiners who have this chart that goes through to an asymptote expect the price to double to satisfy the security budget.
Yep.
I don't understand.
Well, this is what I mean. So it's like the job now is to getting as many people as possible to understand what it is.
Yeah, let me see if I can paint the picture better.
Yes. This is human effort or AI?
No. Rainbow. Hold on, let me just find an image here. There we go. So nonlinear regression curve, power law, rainbow charts. And then let me show you what a x squared chart looks like. That is an x squared chart. So this is what people are expecting Bitcoin to do in order to sustain the security budget of Bitcoin. Just sustain it, meaning keeping it the same number. And this is what all the Bitcoiners are predicting. So how is there not a security budget issue is what I'm trying to understand.
Well, time to tweet more, dude. Time to tweet more, make more videos. And that's my point. It's like, the tailwinds exist and it's independent. It's obviously out of our control what the price of Bitcoin ends up becoming.
Yeah.
And
then on top of that, just to complete the thought, is, okay, it's not a 4-year cycle, it's a 5-year cycle, right? And then a few more, I guess like 4 years or a few more decades. It's not a 5-year cycle, it's a 6-year cycle. And then all we're doing is we're approaching that asymptote just by like natural conversations. Yet we need Bitcoin to double. Like another like component that doesn't make any sense. It sort of defies like laws of physics, and people are okay defying the laws of physics in day-to-day conversations. Like for example, we don't have a security budget issue. Bitcoin has been doubling for the last 15 years.
Right. Yeah, that's not many people know physics, dude.
It's unbelievable.
It's unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's weird. You kind of live, you exist, right? Everyone's alive, right? Listening, right? You're alive. You live under these laws of physics. You have to abide by them. You have no choice. Yet people don't understand any of this. It's weird.
Correct. Well, also remember, like, this is only like a couple hundred years of knowledge. There's humanity, went most of its time without the contextual awareness or understanding of how things work. So
thanks to a lot of reasons.
God. Whatever, dude. Whatever those reasons were, they were meant to be, dude. Timeline is on its perfect trajectory. You don't think so?
No.
Intelligence is not necessary for survival, Will.
I don't know. I would challenge that a little bit. I don't know if intelligence.
Tell that to the catfish.
I mean, maybe you're right. It's not intelligence, but there's like experience,
adaptability, instinct, things like that.
Yeah. And instinct wouldn't allow me to enable people to think that doubling is an okay thing to say. Like you cannot just say it's going to double, because you're basically saying that you're going to just like float into thin air, and like you expect me to believe you.
So what should we do then? Should we be like more aggressive? Like,
I don't know if you could be aggressive with like X squared versus asymptotes. I mean, I don't think you can just like be aggressive there.
Just make a T-shirt. You know, it's like Bitcoiners.
Yeah, Bitcoiners with an X squared reality versus
Natters.
Yeah.
See, but then you're forming like tribalistic like divisions and like,
yeah, but I think you might have to do
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
You might have to.
Is that the inevitable end result in order to like wake people up? It's like you kind of gotta like
You know what?
be mean a little bit.
I think that might have to be the necessary route that we take because the entire history of Bitcoin has been like nothing but arguments.
So what you're saying is bullying is actually a good thing.
Yeah, I'm making fun of people.
That's what you need is bring back bullying T-shirts.
This is the takeaway I'm getting from this, dude. It's like if somebody just bullied me a little harder, I might have like, you know, 6 to 8 pant size smaller. You know, I just needed more bullies to like really hit me with the truth, dude. It's like you're fucking killing yourself, son.
Yeah.
Just quit eating. It's kind of like Bitcoiners. You know, we need to bully them a little bit.
Yeah, they're getting a little heavy set, thinking that this is actually a reasonable.
That was the nicest way to call somebody fat.
They're getting a little husky on their predictions here.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens, dude. When you're eating good, you tend to get a little.
Yeah, maybe
you know.
that's what's happening. Maybe they need to get starved a little bit.
Yeah,
and then it's
maybe.
like, okay, guys, now we have a problem. I can't eat.
Yeah, it's like a little heart palpitations.
Yeah.
You know, a little awakening.
Yeah,
right? That's maybe like just a minor stroke.
You know, and come on.
You know,
yeah,
not all the way, just like a little bit of like a health crisis, so that we could all just kind of wake up and hit the treadmill the next day, right?
You know, so we're being a little facetious here, but this is inevitable.
Yeah,
people are going to have a stroke here. It's going to happen.
A massive one.
Yes,
potentially can kill you.
Yes,
or actually will kill you.
Yeah, the issue is that if it does kill you, it kind of kills all of Bitcoin.
And the entire industry.
And the industry
most
goes down.
likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, all right.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you just need two charts, this one and that one, to know that there's a problem.
Right.
All right. Well, that's it for us. That's been the Block Runner podcast. And if you guys have a solution to the security budget issue that has nothing to do with that, I'd like to hear about it. And if you think Bitcoin is going to double forever, I'd also like to hear from you as well as to explain how you're going to break the laws of physics. Other than that, let's keep pushing NAT, keep creating content. The content's been great.
Please. Yeah. If you discover more AI apps that can make cool stuff, let us know about them.
Yeah, if you got suggestions, you want people, let's say some Bitcoiners to come to the podcast and they're willing to come and have a healthy debate on proteins that they should be taking versus fatty substances that lead to people believe that Bitcoin is just going to double forever, I'd like to talk to them as well. All right. Appreciate you for watching. We'll catch you in the next podcast.
Peace.